going to be reached, but Veni's actually not in a great position despite how well he opened. He's not got a massive army, he's got less production facilities, and he is going to be even on bases. So it's going to be quite difficult for him to have a real advantage in a way. He does have catapults, but going rifleman catapult when your opponent's got so many soldiers and mages, that's going to be really quite difficult. Interesting to note that it is heal spell being taken here by TzK, so possibly an indication that he wants to go dragons as a follow-up. But it may just be that he's trying to work with the soldier composition. TzK does finish up this third base now, which is a way behind his opponents, but and then he will scout this pretty quickly. Oh, he's already seen it. He's just going to pop in, and he will see the tower now, so he's going to have to back out pretty quickly if he's paying attention. Oh, no, he's just going to get used to the main army. And there is a forge nearly done now for TzK. 2 forges on the way though for Veni. But TzK is playing very well to actually get himself solidly back into this game and actually have a chance at taking this one. TzK is starting to now actually just heal up his units, possibly just to make sure he's not going to get counterattacked while he's unprepared. And also just to, you don't want to let the mages cap out on max mana for too long. Obviously max mana means you have 2 spells to cast. But anytime they're waiting at max mana is wasted mana, where you could be getting extra spells off either sort of dealing or healing health. So it's smart decision making there from TzK. And looks like Veni is quite possibly just going to go take another base off in the corner here. Yep, that looks like... Oh, no, he's just scouting around. He has hit 50-50 supply though. TzK moving out into the middle of the map and does have heal spell now. He doesn't have flame strike though. But this soldier composition with healing spells is going to do a lot of damage. None of these units have upgrades just yet. Catapult shots start to land in, do a significant chunk of damage to these units of TzK. Heal spells do start to land on the soldiers. But they are getting cut back. The riflemen not really cutting back that well. They are getting in range of the tower now. But they are caught in a bit of the corner. These mages managing to do good work keeping the soldiers alive, but the soldiers at the top are going to drop down now. One dies. He managed to do a heal spell on the other one. Catapult does go down here. Keep trying to keep the soldiers alive. Mage does go down with nearly half mana. These riflemen being battered into a corner here. Veni doing alright, but these heal spell soldiers are going to do a significant amount of damage to him, and if he's not careful, also to his worker line. Mage does take a few hits, but he's spreading the damage out between his units. And looks like Veni is going to be able to hold and be able to push that back for now. So, that was decent by Veni. Actually managed to trade fairly well. Didn't manage to sort of stutter step back too well, but managed to bring it in range of the tower and let the catapults do some work. TzK possibly going to go back in once his upgrades finish, which will be happening fairly soon. Neither player opting for a 4th base just yet. So Veni actually starting to get full Rax production, getting his own major skills up in the background. So once these two upgrades hit, he's going to have a significant advantage over his opponent. TzK is trying to get a second forge up, and has completed his mage spells already, so he does have a window of opportunity. But it's going to be quite difficult for him to actually now capitalize on it. So this game's swinging back and forth here between these two players. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. And there we go, TzK the first one to attempt to take his fourth base. Veni not really in a position to do anything about that just yet. He's got slightly more riflemen, and he does have some catapults, but that's going to struggle against soldiers and mages there. Mages are going to tear a rifleman apart very quickly. He does wall off this side base, which does make the houses open to harassment, but it does stop the soldiers from just running straight in and doing any damage. And he knows his opponent's not got any catapults just yet, so he knows he'll be safe from those. So the wall is not as vulnerable as it could be. TzK just confirming there's no fourth just yet, which means he will have an advantage over his opponent in terms of income fairly shortly. Still some gold in the main gold mines though, which will mean that Veni will be alright on 3 bases for some time. And it does have a superior working count, which will help. Although much over 30 isn't particularly helpful. Then you're just sort of posturing outside his third base now. The soldier will get pushed back, put him down. The soldier will put actually the rifleman out of position here. Oh no, they're going to go back. But it looks like TzK is possibly hoping to land some flame strikes and take a bit of a decisive victory here. Looks like soldiers went around the other side just to see if they could get some damage done, but they're going to run into a bunch of riflemen. But if Veni's not careful as he extends out to take these riflemen, mages are going to get in between the rest of these. Catapult shots go landing in, they do some damage. I think there's a mage that just went down in the crossfire there. But these riflemen are all bunched up on the left hand side, and flame strikes are going to do a huge amount of damage to those. TzK managed to dance around, dodge the catapult shots. TzK just trying to get into range. Soldiers on the left hand side being healed up and managing to do significant damage to these catapults. Another mage does die though. Not great flame strikes, but more catapults going down the background. And these riflemen are forced away, they can't defend the catapults they're trying to pair with. And TzK takes a really good battle there, leads the rifleman out of position, and then gets straight in the middle and does an impressive amount of damage. Workers are being pulled now and there are no flame strikes, so Veni will hold this. But that was quite an expensive battle for him. The workers are actually now even, so with this fourth base, TzK can actually take quite a bit of an advantage here. Needs to be able to reinforce with more healing mages. These riflemen on the side though are going to have to do a little bit of damage. TzK managing to heal up the soldier so it doesn't quite die. Flame Strike does some significant damage to those riflemen on the side. And Veni actually choosing to take a very mid-map expansion. So hoping that he can hold on to map control, otherwise that's going to take a lot of damage. TzK just sort of throwing down a tower just to defend him. These soldiers aren't going to do much. TzK's intending just sort of pulls them back. He is going to have +2 defense, +3 armor finished up soon for his army. So when he pushes in again, he's going to be able to do a significant amount of damage. He's going to want more mana on these mages though. TzK does know this base is going down, so he knows it's got to be a point of contention if he wants to stay in the lead here. This could be very nice if he sees all these workers moving out. Mages now for Veni coming around the right hand side, possibly hoping to catch some more units out. And he's got to defend this worker line. It's a very vulnerable position he's got here. Catapults are moving forward. And then he's just trying to anticipate where his opponent's going. Oh, he is actually going to bring it down to the bottom here, and this choke might not work so well with all these mages in the back. They will get to fire quite quickly, but they're going to get engaged very rapidly by soldiers, so they're going to take a lot of damage. Mage's actually now into a nice position in between some chokes. So there are more units and more upgrades on the way for TzK, thanks to this extra base. A few soldiers coming in on the right hand side, they're going to get picked off pretty quickly, but again, they're going to just draw all these units out of position, and Veni is starting to get wise to that. Oh, first catapult shot does land in, has to spend a heal spell just trying to revive this mage, which is a question. Soldiers get on top of the catapults, flame strikes exchanged there. Mostly lands on a single mage, which isn't great. Veni takes a significantly better mage engagement there, which is really what you want. And Veni's just got so much more mana on these mages. TzK is going to take down another catapult in the background here. But TzK in the range of towers is going to take a lot of damage. Catapult shots landing on more riflemen. More flame strikes. These mages are pretty much dead, and TzK is in a very risky position here. Didn't really manage to accomplish much with that. Traded army for some of his opponent's army, but not really the trade he wanted. Soldiers coming in now, and they are going to get on top of these catapults, so that's going to do a lot of damage to those. He's trying to harass his top base as well, but he's not really doing much. They're going to end up focusing down on the tower. Catapults don't do damage, but they are going to get focused down a bit here. But these soldiers aren't going to last long. Does manage to burn off a spell of his opponents, which is nice. Ooh, more catapult shots landing on top of those soldiers. Veni actually now looking in a really good position here with this mid-map control with his tower. And TzK just doesn't seem to be able to reinforce fast enough to supply the army that he needs to trade here. And catapult shots come raining down. Oh, they managed to miss the sword, but TzK managed to whiff both his spells that he had left here. And Veni's just going to be able to force the issue. TzK moves in, but this is a very risky position. Catapult shots mostly miss, which is good for TzK. This is a very choked up position. Fireball lands right in amongst all the units. Catapult shots land on the retreating soldiers. This is a great position for Veni to engage, and TzK is in a lot of trouble here.